Welcome to Stay Tuned's Garage. My name is Alex. And today we're going to be working on my 1996 Mustang GT. Alright, so ever since I got the car, I said I was going to do a full fluid change on it. And I did for the most part. I've done the diff fluid, I've done the engine coolant, I've done the engine oil. All I need really is to do the transmission. Alright, so that's what we have in plan for today, doing the tranny fluid. And if I have time, we might even do some of the rear bushings that I need to replace that I've had sitting over there for the longest time. We need to get those in there because my bushings are really bad and I really want to replace them. I just haven't had the time. So let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, so first thing, we'll already have the car jacked up and on jack stands and everything. Next thing to do is just pull that little drain plug right here. It's towards the back of the transmission. Tranny mount is right here, and then the shifter would be like right above it. And this is where the drain plug is right here. Pretty sure it's a 3/4 inch. Yep, 3/4 inch little plug. Just loosen that up. So you just want to loosen that guy up and drain all the fluid out. And just like that, we're draining. I've always loved the color of automatic tranny fluid. Alright, and now that we're just about finished draining, I'm gonna go ahead and put the plug back in, tighten that guy up, and then we're gonna go ahead and fill it back up. It's a pretty simple process. It's just you take out what's in it and then you replace it with new stuff. Alright, so once you have the drain plug tighten back up and put back in, cleaned up, the fill plug is going to be right there. So you want to take that guy out so you can pump the new fluid in through there. Alright, so now I got the fill plug taken out, and I got my little fill tube that I'm gonna put that back in, that I'm gonna pump the new fluid with in the hole. It's hard to do with one hand. There we go. So we got that in there, and
so right now I only have the car jacked up from the front, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my jack, go put it under the diff in the rear, and just level the car out. So when you fill the transmission fluid, you want it to be level. Ideally you would want it to be level when you drain it as well, but the drain hole is towards the back of the transmission and it's the lowest point, so it should be fine. If there is any small amount of transmission fluid left over, it'll be fine.
As you can see, I just kind of pumped it till I felt we were close. The tranny is supposed to only hold about 3 to 3.3-ish liters. So I just pumped it till it filled up, and yeah, it sure did fill up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just put the drain pan right under it so that it would catch whatever fluid did start dripping. So that's perfect. That's what you want. You want it to fill up to the top, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start draining the fluid that's in the line, so when I pull it through, it doesn't make a mess all over the place. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, clean that up, and we'll go ahead and wrap up this part of the job.
Alright, so just like that, we have our tranny fluid changed in the car, and the shifts actually feel a lot nicer. Which is awesome. Switch our attention towards the rear of the vehicle. What I am going to try to do, take those upper control arms out, and I'm gonna try and replace the bushings in them. So these control arms have a bushing on the other side where it connects to the chassis, and then they have that one right there, obviously, but that one is actually on the axle housing. So in order to take that one out, I might have to get in there. I might have to work in the car, which I don't mind at all. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip the car, or not flip the car, but I'm gonna lower the front of the car, get those jack stands, bring them back here, jack it up, put on jack stands, and then we're gonna go ahead and take one control arm out at a time to kind of try and keep it in place, and then we're gonna replace the bushings on them and get the car riding a little stiffer, a little better for what I want it, you know? Alright, I just took a little lunch break. I made myself a little bit of food, ate it up, and now we're ready to get back on this. What I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the control arm from here first, and then the diff should sort of like tilt forward, and I'm just gonna move it up, and then I'm gonna remove it from the back over there. I think it's 18mm bolts or something like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. I'm gonna do just one at a time because I want to make sure that if for whatever reason I have to move my car, I'm able to. So if I only have one out, I just finish that one and then put it in, move the car. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so we got the upper control arm here, and so how I am going to go ahead and get this bushing out of here is I'm going to drill some holes throughout it, maybe like 4 or 6 holes around the circle here, and then once I drill those holes, I'm actually gonna burn it out. I'm gonna use this little propane torch right here, and I'm going to heat up the shell around it, try to get it so that it melts the adhesive that's on the edge of the rubber, and maybe even melt a little bit of the rubber. And then since I'll have those holes drilled, I can just go ahead and sort of push and pull it out of here. Once I've got it all done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, drill these holes, burn it up, and we'll see how far we can get. Alright, so I just got the bushing out of here. Here's the old one. So I drilled the holes, I heated it up, and I started seeing the rubber burning out. As you can see, it's on my pavement over here, which, I mean, I guess this is just, it'll work. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the hole, get it real clean and shiny. I'm gonna use a wire wheel, Scotch-Brite. I think I have some, so I'll use those. Just try to get it as clean as I can so I can put the new bushings in. And the way I was able to get it out was, if you saw with the screwdriver here, I digged into the side and then I pried out, and I just kept working around. I actually had it where this half broke off, and then the other side was way easier to take out, and that's how I was able to do it. So it only took about 12 minutes or so of me sitting here, but like 6 of those minutes were wasted by me doing dumb things. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out, and I'll be right back to press the new ones in. Alright, so we got the new bushing here, polyurethane energy suspension bushing, and I got this all cleaned up, nice and shiny in there for the most part. And this actually just fits in just like that. But first thing you got to do is just lube it up real quick. Let's see. Some of this grease here. This is some stuff so thick. Let's get some more. And from what I've heard, you have to be pretty generous with this stuff on the polyurethane bushings, because they like to squeak if you don't, especially in anything that has contact with metal, like what I'm doing right now, the sides. So go ahead and press that in. Some of this excess and throw it on the side. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and insert the little metal rod here. This one. Get that lubed up. And then press that in. Flies are so annoying. Do that by hand. Oh. Press that whole thing in. Get it flush. Perfect. And now on this side, you actually get this little thrust washer, and that goes over the whole assembly like that. And then you go ahead and throw it back in. Should be flush. Just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this back in. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, I got the other one out. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing to this one. Alright, we got one more done, and it's still hot and it hurts my hand, but I'm gonna hold it anyways. So that's done there. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it back in, and I think I have enough time tonight to actually do the axle housing bushings as well. So yeah, so I might do those, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me throw this in and then see, and then I'll think about it. Alright, so I just installed that one back in there. It's still loose in here. It's not tightened by any means. And then that one over there, that one already did. That's the first one I did. And I put the bolt back in it. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and send it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the axle housing bushings as well. I mean, I'm already in here. I already have the car jacked up. It's already set up for everything. So might as well do it. So the only thing with this is, if you can drop the whole differential, then it'll be a lot easier to get to everything, obviously. But if you can't, you want to just do it while it's up here, you can. You just have to get the torch in here and get it around the whole flange. So I might actually go ahead and remove that, or I'm gonna try and push it all the way up, get it out of my way. Should be fine. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the torch in here, start torching. I have about 4 hours before I have to go to work. So hopefully I can get this done in 3 hours, 2-3 hours or so. Take a shower, eat something, and go to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the torch in here. Alright, so I just went ahead and did this axle housing bushing. Contrary to what I believed at first, there is plenty of space to do this in here. Doing this side is super sketchy with the torch though, just because fuel filter and fuel lines are right there. So, you know, if the bushing catches on fire, the flames are pretty big, it can go up there. So just be super careful. If you have a fire extinguisher, keep that at the side. I wish I had one, but I just kind of was super careful. I only kept my torch on low. And I went ahead and kept this one in while I did this side, and then I'm gonna put this bushing in, put the control arm on, and then do that side. So I'm gonna do one at a time, just like everything else. So yeah, I'm gonna just go put the new bushing in, and we'll keep going, and hopefully we can get that one done. It's about, let's see, it only took me about 20 minutes to do that one, so I should be fine on time. But yeah, stay tuned.
Alright, so I just went ahead and got everything back on. I got both control arms back in, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today. So I finished those two, and I'm not gonna take the car out today just because tomorrow morning I want to take out the lower control arms and do the same thing to them. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep the car here, but I'm just gonna end this video here, and then tomorrow I'll film another one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you like what you saw, and stay tuned for next time. Peace.